these works started with an interest in the biosciences, right? And this was a shift for me. And the shift happened in late 2019. That was when my mom was diagnosed with lung cancer. So these works started when I found out. So I would go with her to these doctors' visits, and we would come out and she'd say, well, why do I have to be fighting? You know, I've lived through so many wars throughout my lifetime, and now I'm at war with my body. That was kind of the first impetus to start questioning not only the rhetoric, but the semantics behind how we speak about disease. So language matters and has always mattered for me. How you speak about things makes a big difference. The sort of main component is the battle between the self and the other, right? And we're already setting it up in this divisive rhetoric. This is another kind of way to connect the experience of being a refugee and then an immigrant with the language behind, you know, within the biosciences, within immunology, for example. I fled Iraq in the early 90s after the first Gulf War, becoming a refugee and living through you know, this assimilation process in Sweden and being othered and constantly being seen as an outsider, right, was incredibly difficult. You know, I was 10, so it was a pivotal time in one's life. As I grew older, I started realizing that even the concept of belonging is violent, because when you say I belong here, you're automatically saying, well, I don't belong here, right? So you're already creating these divisions, and it's incredibly binary. And that's something that I cannot stand. And that's something I hope that these works can deal with. There are different levels in which you can access the work, and that's exactly where I want to go, right? I don't want to be fixed in one place. I don't want the viewer to think a certain way. That's not the intention, right? The intention is to open up doors, to allow the audience to have their own commotion happening in their own bodies and minds.